Hey, how y'all doing? It's Jason. Today I thought I would read from the Stoic Path by Epictetus. I'd like to say, before I get started, that I'm just a high school educated guy. I'm not real familiar with philosophy or anything like that. I just picked this book up a year or so ago, and I've read it, front to back, and I took a lot away from it, but there's a lot of it I don't understand, so I've been kind of going through it and rereading some of the ones that I didn't maybe get something out of the first time and seeing what I can make of it. Sometimes I gotta stop and look up a word or whatever, but anyway, today it's number 140, the Stoic Path by Epictetus. Like I said. I don't know if y'all can see that, and it's a little windy today. I don't know if it's picking up on the phone or not, but anyway, it says, "Why art thou thus insatiable? Why thus unreasonable? Why encumber the world? But I fain would have my wife and children with me too." From what I'm gathering of this so far, it's basically saying, like, why are you never satisfied? Why are you a jackass? Why are you, giving everybody shit, basically? And I'm not really too sure about the next line. It's actually in quotations about the wife and the children. But anyway, "What are they then, thine, and not his that gave them? His that made thee? Give up then that which is not thine own. Yield it to one who is better than thou." From what I'm gathering here, I think he's talking about like the Creator or God or what have you. And he's saying, if I'm understanding, what are they then thine? Like, what are your wife and children? Are they yours, or are they not his that gave them, as in God, that created them? But anyway, to continue, this here is in quotations also. "Nay, but why did he bring one into the world on these conditions?" End quote. As if, why did God bring me into this world as the way it is, the world as the way it is? If it suits thee not, depart. Like, if you don't like it, then fuck off and die, I guess is basically what he's saying. "He hath no need of a spectator who finds fault with his lot." Like, God didn't need somebody that's going to complain about what he's given him. "Them that will take part in the feast he needeth, that will lift their voices with the rest, that men may applaud thee more, and exalt the great assembly in hymns and songs of praise." Basically, like, if you if you do what you're supposed to do while you're here, God will look out for you, basically, if you're acting right and doing what you're supposed to do. And in turn, we're supposed to be thankful and be appreciative of it, I guess. And like I said, I may be wrong about what some of these things mean, because I'm not familiar with the literature, but anyway. "But the wretched and the fearful he will not be displeased to see absent from it. For when they were present, they did not behave as at a feast, nor fulfill their proper office, but moaned as though in pain, and found fault with their fate, their fortune, and their companions, insensible to what had fallen to their lot, insensible to the powers that they had received for a very different purpose, the powers of magnanimity, nobility of heart, of fortune, or freedom." So basically, if I'm understanding this, he's saying, when they were here, they didn't act right. They didn't act as though, I don't really know how to explain that. Just other than they didn't act right, nor fulfill their proper office. Like, they didn't contribute to society. They didn't, they weren't of value to anyone or anything, really. But moaned as though in pain, and found fault with their fate, fortune, and their companions, insensible to what had fallen to their lot. Basically, like, didn't matter what happened, if they were up or down, they complained about it no matter what. They didn't appreciate shit. Insensible to the powers that they had received for a very different purpose, the powers of magnanimity, nobility of heart, of fortune, or freedom. Basically, like, they kind of squandered the gifts that they were given, and they didn't fulfill their full potential in life. this word magnanimity, I have a hard time saying that. I had to look that one up. As I did in Cumber in the beginning of this one, I had to look that one up too. But anyway, magnanimity, from what I read, is like the way you treat someone after you've either defeated them in some kind of way, or they have been cruel to you, as in, you won in a competition over them some kind of way, or what have you, defeated them in some way, but you're not rubbing it in their face. You're still treating them with respect and dignity, as though they're still a human being, not, an enemy you defeated or what have you. You still treat them with some kind of a level of respect and dignity, is what I'm understanding. Or if they've treated you badly and in return you don't, treat them badly, but continue to treat them, kindly and such. But so anyway, like I said, that was the Stoic Path, number 140. If y'all have some other ideas or understand it to be interpreted in a different way than I have today, then please feel free to let me know, because like I said, I really don't know. Just kind of exploring it, checking it out as it goes. Anyway, thanks for watching.